Man, this is a spoiler talk with this. Y'all don't give a fuck. We're telling you
we
things.
let it go a long time ago.
Yeah, man, we were telling you things that you have to see to believe.
Right.
You gotta see this.
I'm on the verge of a breakthrough.
Has anyone been more?
Night, yeah, me and Jake, we had our date night. Jake paid for me to go see a movie with him.
You buy the popcorn, Jake?
Oh, yeah, he did, and I put the hole at the bottom of it. Yeah, this is Jake and I looking stupid in the theater. Like there was nobody in there.
There was nobody there?
There was nobody. We had actually Jake and I said, Jake, come on, let's take a picture. We had to wait for like a bright part of a trailer so we could actually take that because it was dark in there. That's why I'm looking stupid. But no, we went to go see Replicas, and I had to go see this because I'd heard that this was. Look, we are barely into 2019, and people are saying, you know what? That's okay. Got my list halfway done. This is already probably the worst movie of 2019 right here. Wow. Oh, yeah.
We're about to bring tears to my eyes.
Yeah, they said that this is a Keanu Reeves movie right here, and they said, don't worry about it, man. People, if you're looking for the shittiest movie of 2019, go no further than Replicas. This has Keanu Reeves. It's called Replicas because he's a guy that's trying to actually take consciousness from dead bodies and putting them in robots, and but then his family dies in a car wreck. You know, on a trip, his family dies in a car wreck, and you know, he's like, oh, you know what? Besides doing this robot stuff right here, man, it's a good thing that our lab was doing cloning too.
Oh, right.
You know,
okay, because I thought I'd heard robots and cloning. I was like, it's got to be one of the others.
Mark, no, you know, they have a robot lab, but conveniently, you know, this one guy just said, hey, I got this side project going on. And Keanu Reeves is like, well, we can bring my family back. and so that's what happens, man. You know, they try to do this thing where they bring all the members of his family back, except for maybe one. And you know, in these kind of science fiction movies, because they are sort of cautionary tales too.
Sure.
It does not go as smooth as he thought it would. You know, cloning.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Cloning people with untested experiment? Because one dude says, "Man, I was just finished cloning a pig, and it came inside out with a small head and it was blind." And Keanu Reeves like, that's okay, do it.
This is gonna work.
Yeah, I'll take the risk.
As long as she still has the vagina.
You know, let's see how this works out. Because at first I said, well, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go see this. This is the worst movie of the year so far, probably of the year. But oh no. Oh, Julie and Jake over here had to say, no, man.
It's not that bad.
No.
That's what he told me yesterday.
He didn't even. No, what's that?
I didn't say it was.
No, you
great.
didn't. No,
I
you
didn't say it was that bad.
No, you didn't say it was.
You said I don't understand the critics. It's not that bad.
Those are your words.
You didn't say it was bad. You said it was badass. So I took your word for it, and I said, all right. Let me go ahead and go check it out. Now I have to go see it for myself because I got two different opinions over here. Who's right? Julie and Jake are the 99% of the other people who saw it.
Hey, look, they split me 100. They told me that.
Yeah, all right.
They ain't had a budget for that.
And I lost 100 minutes of my time on this. Or did I? Is it that?
Oh my God! Are you serious right now?
I know. No, you don't know. I might have a twist for you. You don't know. Hey, it might not be as bad as people say. You know, we never do go out there and have judgments based on what all the critics in the articles say. Let's take a look at Keanu Reeves and what people are saying is the worst movie of 2019. But is it Replicas?
There was a crash. You and the kids died. I brought you back.
Oh, Martin, wait till you hear. You just laughing at the image. Wait till you hear.
I might have to arrest him because he drove that car through whatever swamp and in the water, and everybody died, but he's fine.
Martin, you don't even know the half, man. You laughing at just what you saw. You don't even. And when I tell you about this, it's gonna even be dumb.
The experiment's over, Bill. No, it isn't.
man, let me. Okay, is it the worst movie of 2019? Are people being a little jumping on the bandwagon about it, or being a little hyperbolic about it? Well, let's go through and do a little step by step a replay of this, and I'll tell you. And one of the things that really disappointed me here. Let me actually bring up something, because now I'm looking at this trailer. I'm thinking about it, and it's let me see. It breaks my heart, man. It really does. I have to say that one of the biggest things about this movie is that it really did hurt my feelings. Y'all know that I'm a huge John Wick fan right here.
Like that, huh? Yes, you are.
I love John Wick, man.
Love those movies.
Going there, killing a whole mafia over his dog, and
Fuck you, Theon.
I thought that John Wick 2 was great.
Yeah.
And for years, I've had to sit here and defend Keanu Reeves against this man over here.
Yeah.
And Martin has been saying, look, man, I'm not a big fan of John Wick. If you like it, that's fine. But brother, just look at me in my eye and tell me that in that movie, Keanu Reeves is a good actor. And I say, he fires guns, Martin. He kills people, Martin. He's badass. He's got a cool car. He's got a beard. Come on, man. He's smooth, man. This guy, he's badass. But Martin, I have to finally sit back and admit, yeah, I'm still holding out. Nothing's gonna change my feelings about John Wick. I still love John Wick, but he cannot act in this. We got the same Keanu Reeves that we've been making fun of for years.
From back in the Dracula days.
Y'all thought George Clooney was bad by shaking that head. George Clooney would actually shake that head in kind of a cool way. Keanu Reeves shakes his head like a dog trying to understand shit. And he has those Keanu Reeves pauses. But right at the beginning of the movie, they bring in a dead soldier. We see he's dead, and Keanu Reeves talking to his crew. This man is dead.
Oh my gosh.
We're taking his consciousness and putting it over here. I'm like, maybe it'll get better. I don't know, but it doesn't, man. Boot the mapping sequence. And we supposed to believe he's a scientist? There's even one part where his family is back, and he sometimes it's just creepy. The kid's like, Dad, can we get pancakes? I'm like, yes, pancakes. And it's like, what the fuck, man? What's wrong with you?
There's one part where he discovers his daughter has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend's name is Juan, and he goes like, hello, Juan.
Like, are you gonna turn to John Wick and kill Juan? Yeah, it's.
Oh, he does his own Wilson. Wow.
Yeah, but Martin, you were talking about that. You talking about that wreck?
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, Martin, let me tell you something. That I don't know if they had extra money to spend and just put some extra disasters in there, but the shit is like Final Destination. At first, a tree comes down, and then they almost get hit by a truck, and then they swerve and they crash into the swamp. On the way down, the woman gets a twig in her chest. It's one Looney Tunes thing after another. And yeah, Martin, you are correct. Out of all of that. Out of all that, the disaster that they've been through, everybody in the family dies. But who's the one that lives? The scientist that can bring them back.
Well, it's not so much you have a wreck and everybody dies with one person, but usually in those kind of wrecks, everybody goes to the hospital. Yeah. And one person might survive. They work on them and they survive. Yeah. But it looks like they all died, and he was able to pull them out of the water and just lay them on the ground like logs.
Well, you know what they do explain that in the movie, why they're laid out like that. They explain what happened to make them not call the police or call the hospital. there is and I hate it because you're making me explain something that's very stupid overall. But the one thing, it's fun that you asking me this because the one thing that you're mentioning right now is the one thing that does make sense in the movie.
Okay.
As dumb as that looks, that does make sense why he's doing that.
It does.
Yeah, but no, it's more ridiculous that like all of them die.
Yeah.
This man has a wife, 2 daughters, and a son, and all of them die. And the only one that lives is the scientist that can clone people and bring people back from the dead.
And he not even hurting either.
He's not.
Yeah, it looks like he had a couple scratches, but otherwise he's not even hurt.
Yeah, he barely came. No, you know what he got? He got wet. He didn't get hurt.
Oh, it's John Wick.
Yeah. You know, might as well be.
That's why.
It might as well be John
Yeah,
Wick.
John
John Wick
Wick.
is almost like Bruce Willis. He's unbreakable.
The only way to explain that.
They hit several things, crash into that water, and somehow he's the one crawling out the water. I was like, nah, man. No, this is already some bullshit with the writing you got going on. But
Does it take place in Puerto Rico since it was filmed there?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't know the year, but yeah.
Yeah. But when the cloning happens that things really start to fall apart.
So that's what they fall apart. Okay.
Yeah, Martin. At first, she's kind of like, okay, this is kind of this is kind of bad, and now we just getting the fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
He cloned when he first. Okay, so for starters,
Spoilers.
This is yeah. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but come on, man, y'all upset about this being spoiled for you. You need to sit your ass down somewhere. When he clones his family, they all come back with the same haircut. His wife comes back, her legs are shaved, you know, she's all waxed and everything. And at first I thought like, okay, you know what, I can kind of let that slide. But then they showed the son. Son had the same haircut that he had when he was alive. Daughter has the same hairstyle. Am I right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and here's the dilemma that he has. So, okay, another dumb thing in the movie. In order to clone, they have to get these $1 million pods. Fortunately, they work at a lab that has the worst security in the fucking world. Dude goes back, they don't show it, but the dude had to go back in and make about 3 trips to bring out these $1 million pods, and ain't nobody asked him shit about it. He just drove it home.
Or you act like you belong there. Nobody will question you.
Yeah. If you look like you know what you're doing. And he brings it to the house, and he only like in the what's
Thomas Middleditch?
Yeah, the guy from
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
That is his friend in the movie?
Yeah,
That's
his friend in the film.
Okay.
Yeah,
I liked him.
You know what? He is that guy is the I would say probably the best actor in the movie.
I could tell that from the trailer, just those little bits there.
He's the best actor in the movie. He's funny. He's got the best lines. He has some of the best. Well, first of all, he's still stupid like everybody else.
Yeah.
Because when somebody asks you, like when you roll out there and you see 3 dead people on the ground and your friend is asking you to get some drums to clone them, that's when you say, "I'll be right back," and you go straight to the police.
Oh no, Corey, it was 4.
Oh, there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 4 dead people on the ground.
And there's a fucked up twist to it.
Yeah, you go out there and you see 4 dead people on the ground. You go to the police because the whole time he's like, "This isn't right, man. We're gonna lose our jobs." It's like, no, man, y'all go to jail.
Yeah, you going to jail,
Yeah,
chump.
we're gonna lose our jobs, man. People can't know
Corey,
about this.
you know why he was in this? Because he saw that Keanu Reeves was attached to it, and he's like, "Oh, Keanu, I grew up with Bill and Ted. I love that guy."
Yeah, you could be. I don't know. I mean, or he grew up with, or he saw John Wick and is a fan like me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sign up for it. But
Yeah, he's like, "Ooh, I'm going to be in the unnamed Keanu Reeves project." So you know what that is.
yeah,
Shush. You didn't hear that from me.
this
though.
fool keeps going through the movie, giving you every reason why he should not do this, and he does it. He keeps doing. He verbalizes why they should not do it. He's like, "Oh, but okay, but this is on you, man." He was like, "No,
it's on both of y'all.
No, it's on both of y'all, man." But he gets out there with these drums, so they only have 4 people dead. 3 pods, so they can't clone one person. Keanu Reeves goes into a hat and has to pull out the name of the family member that he that he just does. You know, hey, I'm just gonna play the lottery here. It turns out that his younger daughter Zoe, she lost. You know, so he said he's like, well, dang, that's a bitch, but
He didn't even
like,
want to pick it though either.
but you know what he said? He's like, look, somebody got to go. It ain't gonna be the one I fuck. You know? He's like, these kids, because I don't think he put his wife in there. He's like, hey, you know, he's the one of these kids are gonna go. You know, said I was tired of spending money on these little motherfuckers anyway. It turns out that Zoe is the one that loses. But when the clones come back, the clones know everything. They know the routine for their breakfast in the morning. They know they have cell phones. They know their friends, but somehow nobody remembers little Zoe.
They explained that though.
Oh, did they? Did he actually?
He erased their memory.
He erased their memory.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know.
And
So can I hazard a guess?
Yeah.
Because I see one of the robots come to life and it has an electronic brain. Does Zoe go into the phone?
No, that's not her. That's not her.
Actually, there's
Thank God.
No, they don't do that because
When you figure out who it is, though, wow.
yeah. No, they actually it's a cool setup, but something's not right about it. And I'll tell you what's right and right about it in a little while. But you know, and you know what? Since when you're talking about I probably missed that part, so forgive me. I'm not trying to nitpick the movie or pick on the movie, but that is a fun part in the film when they show him going in and removing all of the pictures of Zoe. It's kind of suspenseful when what's his name from Silicon Valley?
Thomas Milovich.
Yeah, when he comes in, he says, you know, hey, dumbass, did you call the school and tell them why your kids aren't there? You know, did you call your wife's job and explain why she's been out for 2 weeks? You know, and it's like,
I didn't think about that.
yeah, and you know, that's actually kind of suspenseful because he's going through and he's having to backtrack. He's having to fake being the kids' friends. He's having to fake
on social media.
On social media, yeah, he's having to go through and explain why his wife's not there. The teacher comes by and he's having to explain why she's not in school. You know,
Well, no, it was her son. There's no person for his younger daughter, which I found weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they never say, "Where's Zoe? Have you seen Zoe?" Which I'm like, "Aren't you worried?" And
So maybe they really did forget Zoe.
but also, he must have family pictures of her. Where is he hiding them?
They showed them on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Now the biggest thing is that this movie's full of nonsense, man. So this is a guy who's trying to cover his tracks on this very illegal and unethical thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's hiding the evidence of his daughter. Does he dig a hole and put it in there? Does he make a concrete block and seal it off, or put it in a safe somewhere and bury it in the sea? No, he takes all those pictures, all the toys of little Zoe right there, and just goes out there and just dumps them in the trash.
Oh,
for the trash man to come pick up. At any point,
not even in a hefty bag.
It ain't even a plastic bag, man. He just lays that shit out there for the trash man to recycle themselves.
By the way,
I always wanted a daughter.
when the cops came, you could just tell those were random cops. They just said, "Hey, come meet our movie."
Yeah, they were terrible actors too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the movie you could feel is cheap in a lot of parts. They have like you said the generic cops.
Yeah.
Which are bad. I mean I don't know if these are actors or not, but they come to the door because he needs and they are the worst cops too. Martin, let me ask you a question. So here's the cops come up and they say, "Hey sir, good morning. We just want to let you know that and because he has to make a generator."
Yeah.
So this is how the generator gets done. The cops come up and they say, buenos dias. We just want to let you know that that there's been something going on in the neighborhood. All the car batteries are missing from every one of your neighbor's cars. He says, is the battery missing from your car? And he's like, no. And they say, okay, have a good day. So it's like they don't see him as a suspicious person at all.
Yeah, especially to go like, wait, how do you know your battery's not me? You just know already. You didn't even check.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. You know.
That seems suspicious that everybody else's batteries are gone, but not his.
Them cops don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they just want to. Man, they just want to go back to that beer.
Not at all.
You know,
they don't care. They just was like, well, as long as we're here, like
Yeah.
they told us just come to this house. We did it.
Yeah,
now we're gone.
Yeah, shit. They want to go. They want to go to the beach. Right? they
don't
ain't
give
trying to.
a
Yeah, they don't give a
fuck.
fuck at this point. Yeah. They're generic cops. They got generic henchmen. There's one shot where one of the henchmen even has a ponytail. So
When you say henchman, is there a villain?
there is a villain in this, and you know something. And again, I don't. You know, there was a lot of things I was going to let this movie slide on because, like I said, this is nonsensical, man. But a lot of it is just boring too.
Oh.
there's just a lot of going back and forth with Keanu Reeves. You know, with him on a computer, you know, them trying to get their lives straight, them just trying to get this experiment going. Even when they're covering after the fun parts to come to that track is covering their tracks. It's just there are moments he's spending with the family that just kind of dull. So it's not even one of those movies that is so bad it's funny. You know, you're just sitting up there just like, this is just dull. And the movie's like, oh, you want to laugh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I got something for you. Hey, Robbie. And they call out that robot, and that robot is the fakest looking shit.
That is so fake. I
was like, you know, you sit there and you say, man, there's a lot of shit in this movie that does not belong on the screen, but how can you look at that?
That 10 frames per second.
That shit moves. It's a terrible piece of CG, and it moves like a stop motion animatronic or something.
You can make this shit on iMovie practically.
Yeah, it looked like some out of Ray Harryhausen movie, man.
You can make it on your phone, yeah.
Yeah, look at this. It has no natural physics to it at all. And that robot came out, and I said, okay, you know what? This was, and it's funny because I'm not mad at the movie. I'm actually kind of endeared by how bad it got. I was like, wow, man, you went out your way to be bad. Yep. And I'm gonna tell you something. The movie was just kind of the movie was just I couldn't be mad at it. So I was kind of just giving it some old bullshit. But then, Martin, I never thought that I would do this. I never thought that I would say, man, this is a really good fuck you.
Yeah, really, really good fuck
this
you.
This is a really, because look, I can't let you get by with some bullshit when you throw something on the screen like that, something that looks bad on your television, you putting up on a fucking 4K projector for people to see how bad it is. No, man, you know you earned a fuck you, but you made me laugh, so it's a good fuck you.
Okay, so I have to mention this. There's a part where, so Keanu Reeves' his whole objective when he's at work, he has to put a subconscious from some dead soldier into this robot. The robot is called the 345 Project. It's failing. His boss, Johnny Ortiz, who's the main villain, who's the main villain, he says, you got to get this done or it's all shut down. You're going to lose your job. So he's like, I got an idea. I'm going to put my subconsciousness in the robot. So he literally goes on a toilet, puts the thing in his eye, and that's just like
something that would probably kill you.
Yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't it blind him or something?
There's a scene in here where he takes like a 9-inch nail that's hooked up to a helmet and pierces his eye with it and goes back to work.
Like, a little blood.
It's just a little tear coming out. Like, this is some shit you go to the emergency room for.
He puts his consciousness in a robot for a short while and then gets it back and goes to work?
He don't. No, he just puts it there and it stays for the rest of the movie.
But how does he go back to work?
Well, he's
Keanu.
Fuck, I don't know.
They set up a sequel.
Yeah, that's what everybody's doing.
So Keanu bot, he saves the family. He's like, go, William, I'll take care of this. Johnny Ortiz dies. He brings back Johnny Ortiz to life. And it turns out the robot, well, am I correct? The robot becomes the main villain by the end of the movie. Like Johnny Ortiz says, William, we have to do something. And then the Keanu robot, he turns around with a fucking suit on and he's like, let's get to work.
Yeah,
and then it goes like replica.
I was like, why the fuck does this robot have a suit on? Like,
well, the funny thing about that is when you have when Keanu Reeves actually transfers his consciousness to this robot, I don't even remember why. It's to save his family or some shit, or to save himself. Anyway, it was to perfect. That's another thing. The movie just keeps going from back and forth. It's like I'm working on this project to perfect putting consciousness to these robots. Oh, but then my family, and it's like, okay, just pick one because both this shit is dumb. But the funny thing is, when that robot comes out that has his consciousness, the robot is actually doing a bad Keanu Reeves impression. The robot comes out and it's like,
well, he does act like,
he would,
like a robot.
Yeah.
He's robotic.
Yeah. And he comes out and he's like, let go of my family.
Don't worry, William. I'll take care of this.
And the robot wears a suit,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
robot
at the very end of the movie.
at the end of the movie is
thought-
the robot.
like suit and tie. suit?
Yep, suit and
like,
tie.
He's in charge.
Like Men in Black suit.
Yeah, like he's in charge.
There's no reason to. No, my man is right over here. There's no reason to put a suit on this dumb.
Yeah, no
thing
fucking
right here.
reason whatsoever.
The robot just could have been sitting in a chair, like looking like a fucking Bond villain or something. You didn't need to put a suit on him. It's almost like
Well, the reason you put a suit on him is because it's awesome. now I want to see this.
you want Martin? If that shit did, Martin, if that didn't look dumb before, put a suit on it. They put a,
That's what I'm thinking. This CGI with a suit.
They put
top
on.
of
They
that.
put CGI. They put a suit on some shitty CGI, and that shit is moving like a. You ever see them skeletons that you got in school? And that shit is moving like this.
Does it have those glitches where part of the robot shows through the arm of the suit?
Oh, I wish it did. No, it did
They
not.
put time and effort into that.
They put more effort into the suit than the robot.
For no reason whatsoever, Johnny Ortiz, when he's captured Keanu Reeves and his family, he points a gun at Keanu Reeves. He's like, I'm going to kill you. And Keanu Reeves is like, no. And he's like, but I have to kill Thomas Middleditch first. He just randomly kills him for no reason.
Yeah,
I thought that was stupid.
but the thing with that robot, man, John Ortiz, you've seen this actor before. This actor is
Yeah, I love that guy.
yeah, he's a character actor. And you see him in everything.
He was great in Silver Linings
movie,
Playbook.
Every,
Yeah, he was.
But there's a part where he gets attacked by that robot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
And you could tell that he's just on the ground and like there's a fake arm, just a plastic arm around his neck, and it looks so bad. Like the guy, this man, you've seen him, he's a great actor.
He is.
He's good. But for that one moment, that's the worst shitty actor I've ever seen. He's on the ground like, and you could tell like it's just taped to his neck.
Well, you got to do Pachang. He just looks like
Yeah. It's like, man, I know that's not attached to anything. Just get up. Get your ass up.
ever since I've seen him in Fast and Furious, does he ever play a good guy? Like,
Oh yeah, I say
Silver Linings Playbook. He was
Yeah.
a good person.
Yeah, he
everything
plays-
I've seen him in, he's just a bad guy.
No, no, actually, he's a good guy way more than he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he
Like,
is.
As soon as I see him in the movie, I was like, "Oh, there's my villain."
No, he's a villain in this, and I don't know what's more evil, him or that acting that he's doing. That all. You just say that shit. It's just shaking and shit when he's trying to get it off. I thought that people were exaggerating. They said this is the worst movie of 2019, and because it really does belong on video, man. I mean, and Keanu Reeves should not. I don't care what you say about Keanu Reeves acting. He's John Wick. John Wick, or somebody of John Wick caliber, should not be in this movie right
John
here.
Wick 3 this May.
Man, he's not actually John Wick.
He is to me.
He is to me, Martin.
He's John Wick in this movie too. You can't mess with his family at all.
Oh, you forgot to mention, he brings back, at the very end, they bring back the youngest daughter.
Yeah,
They don't care.
and don't give a fuck. The more we tell you, the more you have to. The more spoilers we give for you. Look, our words mean nothing for what your eyes will see in this movie.
Yeah, I was just thinking that drunk show.
Oh, it would. Oh, this would be a perfect drunk show.
Or is it too boring? Because you say it gets boring.
You would have to cut some parts out.
Okay.
But those parts that are good, ooh, they're juicy, man. It was already one of the worst movies of 2019, hands down. But when that robot came out, that's gonna be some. That is
right
gonna
there.
be some hard shit to top.
That's
I was laughing in the theater when the robot was running around.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
And in the end, when he's wearing that goddamn that Versace suit or whatever he got on, I was like, working in Dubai. Man, he's running a company in Dubai.
They got the divide. He's like the head of the company.
He
running that company.
He running a company. That motherfucker. He got brought to life and made a startup.
with the old guy.
But yeah, this is
You want to live again?
now my question.
Well, in
was-
Dubai, he'd have more rights than a woman would.
That is true. That is true. Now the huge question is, Negro, what did you see in this?
That was my question. I was like, all right, so what made you say it's not that bad?
It's just the idea of it, man. I could really bring somebody back from the dead. But, other than that,
But you can't do it with this movie, can you?
Sounds like you can't even bring this movie back.
Yeah,
to the day.
exactly. Don't backtrack. Now say speak your mind, brother.
yeah, a movie that gets me thinking. I like it. Like if you can get me out there seriously after the movie, man. What if this guy? What if,
Oh my
what if-
God.
Oh, am I on the wrong track?
It's funny because I was thinking, what the fuck? You know, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking too.
I would tell my friends, I was like, man, what happens if you could really bring somebody back from the dead?
And he said, put the pipe down.
Can I tell you something, man? There are better movies about bringing people back.
Yeah.
The Reanimator is amazing. I would even say
And that's a B movie.
And that's a B movie. The Reanimator is awesome. Even the not that remake, but the one from the 80s.
Flatliners.
Flatliners, yeah.
Flatliners is even kind of a cool concept, man. Have you seen Flatliners?
No.
Have you seen Reanimator?
No.
Okay, don't you say nothing else to me about this movie until you see though. I feel like I should give you homework for that. Go watch Reanimator, man. And even Bride of Reanimator. And go watch what do you call it? Flatliners, man. Those movies are interesting. This is and listen, I don't blame you because this is a fun movie to watch. I love it. I love bad movies, as you know. And this is right up there. But
maybe-
you would defend this shit, man. Because with me, you like, hey, y'all let me know y'all going. I can't wait to see this again.
Oh, no.
He was calling me all day. Hey, man, we going to see replicas. Oh, matinee, right? Matinee, that's what you told me. Yeah, no, brother, no, you ain't gonna turn back now. You told me matinee. Nah, you stick to your shit, man, matinee. But right now, there's a fuck you and fuck you too. But it's a good fuck you. Did you enjoy the video? Well, then keep it going. Hit that subscribe button. And if you really love what we do, check out our main site, doubletoasted.com, where you'll not only find a longer form version of this video, but also the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com. And remember to always stay toasted.